revelation after revelation I've survived. No, I just wanna go higher. Learning up from all the people that are in my life. I'll never wait to be inspired. Shame, we oversaturate our tiny brains with useless complications all the time. This is not a paradise. To get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. I'm lost in the rhythm. Today, oh, I'm sad today. What kind of world did we create? What kind of world did we create? This is not a paradise. To get knocked down and I'm paralyzed. And lately I've been terrified, but I won't drown by my own device. I'm losing sight. A lot, not a little. It's true, I'm fine, but I'm lost in the rhythm.
I let my guard down, but you get so dramatic. I can't mess up, you won't forget it like it's photographic. And if we fall out, I'm not sure if I'll manage. I think I'm codependent, won't tell you that's oversharing. I wish I could tell you why I'm mad, but I don't want you finding more red flags. And I know I can't open up my bed. I can't write a love song, and when I try it feels wrong. Fill my lungs so I can feel a thing. Haven't slept in days, my eyes peeled open from adrenaline. I wish I could be your sedative. How could I repair us? I can put together sentences. I'll try to fix things by myself, by emulating someone else. I can't admit when I need help, but I will when it's over. I'll be waiting by the edge of what I was built on, contemplating if I let us go on too long. Why even try to waste my time? Still don't understand my mind. How could I be in your life if I can't control? I let my guard down, but you get so dramatic. I can't mess up, you won't forget it like it's photographic. And if we fall out, I'm not sure if I'll manage. I think I'm codependent, won't tell you that's oversharing. I wish I could tell you why I'm mad, but I don't want you finding more red flags. And I know I can't open up my bed. I can't write a love song, and when I try it feels wrong.
It's so hard to breathe sometimes. Laying here, I feel like there's a knife in my chest. Been so long, my tears went dry. Suffocating from the weight of what's in my head. You were so close, but too far away. And I could never chase it. Lost control when insane. It's time for me to face it. All I did was take, thought your love was fake. Never could believe it, did it for no reason. Felt it in my veins, washed it all away. Pull me under just to make me stay. I've been underwater.
Testing. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome, welcome everybody. We are in our Timberborn episode, pressure map, and all that fun jazz. So, I hope everybody's doing a great, fun time. Real quick, if you did try to go on Kick, it did not work. I can tell you that much right now. Had issues connecting it or whatever. So, no Kick. I'm gonna probably pull that. I didn't really want to do it after I kind of did that post, so it is what it is. Alright, give me a second. Let me kind of move my mic just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're on the pressure map, and we have a couple of things being built. We have an extract going. We have some bath water, whatever, healing pods going. If you remember last time, we had serious issues with our water not staying where it needed to, so there's that. But yeah, now we got all this sorted. We're in a much better spot. And yeah. So what I want to do is, one, get this going, get this kind of going. We got our population back up. That was muy importante. Holy cow, I cannot believe that happened the last go around. That was a little bit nuts, if I'm being perfectly honest. That was, oh man, I couldn't even believe that. So, also, in the comments or whatever, let me know that, do you like the new setup, or do you want me to go back to the old setup? Right now, at this current point in time, I'm just kind of messing with some stuff to see how I feel about it, how you guys feel about it, and kind of going from there. Yeah, so let me know what you think about it. Think about the setup, how it looks, how it feels, all that fun jazz, if it's worth it, and we can go from there. What I do want to do is, because we blocked this up, we're going to start kicking this off with building some, what? I didn't even know they did this. Holy cow. They added something that I truly wanted for a very long time, is you can do different angle things going on here. Man, that's something special. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so let's get a couple of foresters over here. And let's get this going. Alright, so I'm gonna get this scheduled to be cut. Anyway, my idea is to eventually come over here and get, alright, we can do a 2 right here, and then do a 1. Anyway, so my idea is to come over here and then start making this a, oh, I didn't even need to build that. We'll leave it. Anyway, so I want to build this over here because I want to get this opening up a little bit bigger. And to do that, I need to actually get over here. And what we're going to do is, I don't think I can straight up build this. Let's go to a 2. And then we can repaste this. Okay, that'll do that. That's crazy. Alright, and then I think we need to do this one again. Whoa. That was complete accident. Alright, let's get rid of that. And I think we should be able to get away with this, maybe. Yeah, I think that... Ooh, that's so bad. Alright, let's get this one. Yeah. Building these stupid staircases is not my strong point here. I'm not going to even lie on that one. Especially if you guys watched the last video that I had. That one was something special. Alright. Right there. Alright, so we'll get this going, and then that'll be all connected. They'll be able to build, do whatever they need to do with that. But yeah, so long-term goal. Oh yeah, we had to do that because if we block this up anymore, then it affects home slice over here. And then I was also thinking, as I was looking at this, is what if obviously we have these things and I have them closed, but to get the water in here, we could do like some sort of aqueduct, something or other, and have it pump into here. I thought that would look kind of cool, especially if we did that right. So like have an aqueduct, was it right here? We'd have to build it up, but like end up putting an aqueduct right there. And how far do these things go down? Maximum depth of 8. We can count this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we would be able to clear this out up until that bottom point. But then again, like I said, we have this. So do we really truly need it? I don't know. It'd look cool though. That's for dang certain. And it looks like we were able to block this off, so I would probably say that we would want... Actually, this would probably be easier if we did this. And a drought's approaching, so that'd be perfect. We'd get that going. That wouldn't be much of a problem. And yeah. How much water we got? We got 23. How many beavers we got? Ooh, we got a lot. I can probably put some of these beavers back to work here. Do we have the big storages unlocked? We do not. We have... What does that need? That needs gears. And gears are very lacklustering. We're working on upgrading everything over here. Yeah. Alright, so we're starting to make that. I'm gonna go slow with this for right now, just so that we can get some of our stuff going. But it'd be nice to kind of upgrade certain areas. I mean, shoot, putting in some power wheels over here would help. How big do we need those power wheel areas? Alright, so each wheel would need two spots. Let's... Oh, that's why. Yeah, my only problem with that is we couldn't get past. Could we do this? Looks like we could do that. And then let's get this. So we need to let's see how that goes. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get that going, let them all build that, and see what happens with everything. Oh. Did I pause it in time? Uh-oh. There we go. And we are pausing all of you. Nine days, that isn't really all that much, but I'm in hard mode here. So we're gonna let that roll. Raise that up. There we go. Ooh, I love that action. That was really cool. That was really cool. I like that. What we need to do is get over here and then also do this so we can clear cut all of this out. There we go. And then I want to come over here, build more exits or whatever, so then we can also store some water, because I'm pretty sure, yep. Yeah. So we could start digging into here and kind of getting this to hold water. I haven't started doing a whole bunch of anything yet. You would think we would be able to get... Alright, you haven't really started doing much. Holy cow, we have 19 beavers without jobs. Alright, new problem. New problem now. Not what I want. Alright, so I need to figure out... Oh, we can also... I think it's more of getting people back into jobs that we turned off. Alright, so that got rid of a few. Let's also set up... Let's also set up another one of these so we can get that going. And that will help us get more bad water. Not that we're really struggling, but never hurts to have excess. Oh. Actually, we're going to delete that. And then... because I want this to go one more... because then I can flip it. Alright, so let's get this set up. I think this should do just fine. Flip that, and there we go. Not necessarily ideal, but it will serve the functions that we need. And we can't argue with functionality. How many do we have in here? Let's bump all that up. Alright. For the time being, I think we're doing all right. So what I want to do is get a builder hut going over here. There we go. Get this set up, and then let's open this up just a little bit. And then close. And we can start making some farmhouses. I want to do this a little bit more strategical than what we have right now because this looks super bad. And then basic food, casabas. And then let's go for a forester. Because at this point in time, we might as well just get as much... What are you doing, son? What are you doing? There we go. There we go. Let's get all them set up so that something can happen here. And then we can build housing. There we go. Can he reach? Close. Let's just get a blueberry patch going over here. Why not, you know? Food. There you go. And then we can start setting that up. I do like the fact that water flows through here and it's bad water, because then that gets these guys what they need. What I really need where to put it though? I think this will be in our best nature to kind of put right here. And let's get some gear shops. Let's flip these around. 120, and then planks. And then I think what we'll be able to do and then if I need to, I can build one right there to set that up. But this will help us get a buttload of planks, which we need, and help that situation going. Alright, and then that'll help that. We're over here, we're doing good. We're about to have a serious metal problem, that is for dang certain. Might as well get that built. Actually, what would probably be in our best interest is to get that going. So then we can actually get other builders going. That should work out just the way we need it to. How are we doing? Ooh. Probably need to play 2 of those. Oh yeah, we got so much water. Let's get all of those going. Because right now we're not doing anything over here. And then I would like to get rid of these guys and actually make like a food industry. Like I need a place where our beavers go, make food. This is kind of going to be like our industrial hole, as it were. And we have houses kind of spread out through everywhere. There's really no rhyme or reason for anything. It's more of we're just we're here. That's the Tapper Shack. Yeah, we probably need to find a place to plant some trees. Let's go ahead and upgrade you to the highest, because that should then satisfy everybody there. Let's get this going. High priority that. Wrong mouse. Alright, we are going to play a few of those. We have more than enough haulers to make all of that a priority. Come on. Yep, that should work out nicely. Yep. Make sure all of these are priority haulers, so our beavers are actually doing something. Alright, 9. We gotta drop that low. I don't think we're doing anything with the green beans, so we might as well get those. I prioritize that, and sweet, we already have that. Oh. Do you not have any water? Oh, we're paused. I'm like, what the living heck is happening here? I'm actually going to what I want to do is just block this off. Wait, do I? Actually, I'm going to do levees. Levees seem a little bit smarter. And then we will make that. So that always is lower, and then yeah, so then we'll always have water, just a slight amount of water in here, which will then allow everyone to kind of, I don't know, do what they need to do. And then I'll worry about oaks in a minute. Right now we don't necessarily need oaks, it's more of just, yeah. Alright, we got these guys going. Let's start cutting this away. Alright, yes. Let's get that connected. Alright, one, we probably need babies to come in just a little bit. Where's this bad water coming from? Uh-oh, we might have made ourselves our own problem. Alright. Let's come down here. Oh. Alright. Alright. Give me a second. Alright, flowing down here. So let's just... high priority that. So maybe we could come up here and drop some blocks. I'm just worried as if we contain all this bad water is what would happen. And apparently bad stuff does happen. Alright, let's... come up here. Where are we at? There we go. Let's put this down here. And then blockages. Should be able to do that pretty effectively. There we go. Seriously, well, good thing we got the back to tanks, because if we didn't, we'd have some serious problems. We'd have some serious problems. Alright, we're about to have a bunch of unwell beavers. Because instead of just using the pathway right here and building this, we decided that playing in bad water was probably more beneficial for everybody. And I think what's being the issue is this water. I'm assuming. I don't even know at this point. We are dealing with a whole bunch of problems. And I have no idea what I'm listening to. I'll just listen to the gameplay. Alright, so should be able to make a pathway all the way up here. That'll be the next point that we try to take. Once we have this blocked off, because then that'll be good water, then we don't have to worry about that. The paths are protected and everything's muy bueno. So this will finish out drawing down there. We should be able to get good water up here. Then we have the back to tanks, and those should be, yes, those are all ready to be taken care of right there. We need that building built because for whatever reason it just makes sense to build in half truce. Alright, you guys are pumping, you're doing your thing. I need fresh clean water. Now that that's being diverted, and I'm pretty sure that's playing a part in this, so let's make all of, whoa, I apologize, that important. Want to make sure everything stays where it needs to stay. And somehow or another, we're still able to make everything function. Hopefully. This should start turning blue. Should. Theoretically. Come on, turn blue for me. There we go. Now it's starting to get that little blue tinge to it. It's just going to take a second. I want to open just to kind of help flush a little bit of this out. And then we're going to go back. There you go. That'll do it. That'll work out just nicely. Hopefully. Can we get this built? No, we're working on other pressing problems like filling this hole before that becomes a bigger problem. Alright, how many baby? We lost a lot. Okay, we have 12 out. Alright, that makes a little bit more sense. We got the bathtub tanks going. Let's power this up. And then I'm gonna put this in right here. And hopefully that just works everything else out. Well, it won't power this guy up because we need all this other junk, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers at this point. Instead of sending our friends to the grave area, we're able to actually kind of help them out in this aspect. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright. Oh, we have even more beavers being injured. Alright, high priority that. And then let's get the power wheel. And high priority that. What does this need? We need a little bit of everything, but we don't have a little bit of everything, so let's blow this up. Maybe. Oh, that looks so much better. Alright. Let's get them moving just a little bit. Once we get this topped off, then we should be in the clear. This bad water's coming from up here, which now we don't have a problem with that. Now, we would need to get over here. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do also, is I wanted to start setting up, especially a community trade, something over here to where we could get this going. Because, I mean, what we could also do is basically scrap all this, build a giant wall right here, and then just fill. We can't because of that. I mean, we could open it. That's definitely a something that we could take care of. Seriously, what are we missing here? We're missing gears. Yeah, we have a bunch of beavers that are injured, or not sick, but they're just causing us bigger problems. Can they not build those? Alright, we'll let that be, because right now it's not necessarily affecting us. And what I want to see... I think we have enough time to get that built. Idea being is if we can block off the water from coming into here, then we can keep all this green, and then the other water can flow out here. And then we can work on that during the bad tide. I like it. Should work. Theoretically. Hopefully. Probably. Maybe not. We will see. Oh, sweet. Nothing too extenuant. We're great there. And then we're just going to have these straight open. Yep. And then we'll do that, and then we'll close them when the bad tide hits. And then more than likely I'll forget about it. It'll be great. And then we'll have other problems. But that should allow us to keep water in here. It should allow us to keep it blue. And we shouldn't really have any other problems. Oh. I guess that would make sense. And then now we got another one, and then as soon as we get this thing built, which we just need 10 more gears, we should be in the clear for that. Oh man, this is working out better than I could have even dreamed. And then once we get a drought or something like that, then we'll deal with this problem. And I think building these sluices did the trick, because then this little area fills up here, and yeah. Oh, that's just a 3-day drought. That's nothing. I'm actually just gonna put the bigger ones. Oh, we could put another one right there, but I'm not going to. I'll put one right here. We are going to make these. Nope. Strawberries, and then we'll make these blueberries. Let's pat this out real quick, get that going. Sweet, fantastic, wonderful. And then go way down here. Close. And then come over here. Blow that up. And then what I want to do is these pathways, get this going. And then build that up. And then this should really start to pump out bad water. This should hold on tight and not have any real problems going there. And for the time being, we are going to pause a few of these water pumps because I don't think we need quite that many going. Alright. Prioritize that as a hauler. Oh, come on, we just need 7 more, man. 7 more. Help a brother out. What it works out nicely is that this huge pool is now feeding this area as well as this area. That's quite nice. Where is it? One button over. I'm gonna dig this out just so that we're able to actually get into this area. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's leave that where that's at. Oh, great. And then it stops filling that up because then it doesn't flow out because it can only go up so high, which I love that. Alright, and then I want to make this a high priority. We don't need to open that up just yet. I want to make sure that this actually turns a little bit of a bluish color first. And then what I also want to do is drop all that out. Get that flowing, kind of get rid of that red ugly sludge, and then we can fill that back up, and then it can start building into there. And then we can go down all the way to the bottom. I guess what would be a nice little way to looks like we got a little bit of red sludge in there. Let's open that up. And then we can stabilize this just a little bit. Where do I need to be? I need to be somewhere over here. Doing a good job there, doing a good job there. That number's going down, which is what I need. Oh man, good times noodle salad. Good times and noodle salad. Alright, so we got food starting to be collected over here. It makes sense. No jabola there. A couple of water pumpers over here. Yeah, we will go ahead and do that. Kind of detonate this whole little corner here. I mean, we got the extract. Why, might as well use it. I think everything's going pretty swimmingly. Just waiting for a drought. Once the drought hits, then we'll be able to kind of function in a different way a little bit. Alright, blue water, blue water. Close that. Go stairs. This is at least going to stop that from flowing. More of, I'm trying to get this to grow outward, but I need water. Water's what's being missed. What I am thinking is basically I make a hole. We send beavers over here. Make a hole. And get this kind of going to where we can get water pumped up through here, and then it can fill up this whole area. Only problem is I'm going to need to build a massive wall over here. Oh. Pause. Open that up. Let's see how well that does for us. Alright. Sorry about that. Need to get my drink thing going, and hey, we have another extractor. Fantastic. I need to find out where more metal is. It's not necessarily an ideal thing. Alright, so we got this built. Struggling with things that I want to build. Functioning in that sense. Can you just open? Whole time you've been closed. For what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I guess it would help if this was connected, and then at least we can start on this. I want to make it bigger so that way kind of bad tide flows out just a little bit more simply. Big booms. All right, good deal. Storage. And then detonate that. That was quick. All right. No. Yes. Okay, first things first. Made this for a reason. Now finding a spot to put it. Pick one right there. Maybe one right here. Storage. That's not what I wanted. Planks and planks. And then get a big, massive thing. And then let's make some gears. Alright, this is where people are going to strongly disagree with what I'm going to do, but I find that this helps. No. My mouse is being super touchy right now. Alright. And then let's start building. And then we can path that in like that. So put that here, put that here, put that here. And then let's get our tube system going. Holy cow, what just went down there? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It's been far too long since I actually did tube systems. So, trying to make it to where obviously our beavers can maneuver around the place. Now I need to figure out how do I want to go here. And the whole reason I do the platforms is one, so I don't have to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. That's usually my gist anyway. All right, so yeah, we'll do platforms going this way. And then build that one up. And then come across here, kind of like this. Something like that. That should work out just kind of the way I want it to, in some sense. And it fits together like a glove. Alright, this will be our first kind of tube system going. Obviously, there's a lot that we have to build, but hopefully once that gets all built, we can then move pretty freely throughout the city. Now, we might need to build one somewhere over here just to kind of help get them from here to here. Once this drought really fully kicks in. I'll risk the beavers. Probably not the best thing to ever say, but we can do that here. Because we got extract. And we're growing beavers pretty regularly now, so life should be good on that aspect anyway. At least I had hoped so. So, tube system. Kind of one free flowing village to another. Oh, there's metal. That's expensive. That is super expensive. Holy cow. Planks I'm okay with. Berry logs we have nowhere near. Probably going to need, wait. Where is it? I'm assuming, yeah, that would make sense. Alright, so I'm gonna place one of those there. Get this going and ferry logs that up. But yeah, I'm trying to get all these guys going. So one, we have the logs, planks. Logs were fully stocked on. It's the planks and the gears and everything else that follows after that that's the main concern. Alright. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of sick beavers from this, but guess what? If we have this built, then life for us is going to be so much simpler. I just don't know where the water is going to next pop out at. That's the next issue. And then obviously boosting up our population again. Alright, not doing too bad there. How are we doing on blueberries? Alright, I mean, I can live with that. Holy cow. Yeah, that's pretty much stocked full. Alright, so don't have a problem there. Would we need... Because I mean, if we built this tunnel system, we built the tube system to and from, we're boosting up their speed. But is this close enough to all of this? That's my thing, is I've spread it out so far to where there's not really a whole lot of issues going on here. At least walking wise. It might be in our interest to actually put one right there. Pause. Don't have to worry about that one. Do we put one over here? If we do, where would we put it? I'm thinking maybe right. Because I mean, technically we could turn this whole thing into farmland. You know what? We'll build it over here. One line. And then let's move this right here. Get that going. Because once the tube system goes up, they should be able to build this from the inside. And so we'll build this, and then they'll be able to build all of, well, minus the platforms right there, but they'll be able to build all of this inside the system, so then we don't have that problem. Metal is taking a massive hit right now because one, we are using a buttload of it right now. Platform this out. And then stick another one of those right there. Building everything. Everything needs to be built. Alright. Let's once I get those going, my power demand's going to go in the hole. Because if I'm not mistaken, each one of these, that's 200. So these two right here need an engine on their own. So we might as well put more planks down right here, and then we can build that one, but I don't think I want to. I think it'd make more sense to do it no, it wouldn't. Scratch that. We're going to use planks. Because that makes sense. And then engine this up. And pathway. So this engine's basically powering those two right there. I appreciate that. Because we would have built that and then we would have really had a problem. Hold on, gotta put another movie on for background noise for my kid. Alright. Yeah, so that'll be the least of our concerns though. I think we got this built. So that'll be interesting to see where that pops out next. We have babies coming in. We also have adults. Why does this not have power? Oh. That makes sense. How are we doing on haulers? Haulers are good. Alright. Wow. That's not the prettiest thing I've ever made. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. This is kind of dirty looking. I don't know how else to put that. This just looks very dirty looking. And you just have a natural like function of all this and then just weirdness. That's opened. This should be open just enough to let that flow in. All right. How are we doing? That's not what I wanted. That's not bad. Alright, we're gonna let this roll. Let's see how this does. Planks are obviously going to take a hit. It looks like most of these are actually done. And then once they get that done, then it's basically just building all of this. And I want to say each one of those tubes, yep. Haven't started on that one. Hey, we got that one done. But these guys should be able to, whether they're going to do it or not is a completely different story. But these guys can go in here and actually build the platforms. Now, whether they do it or not, that's a completely different factor. I do want to come in here, place that here, and then we're going to do this all over again. And basically turn this into another growing field where then I can set these to like kind of open, fill, whatever, and then we can have those go. Also, let's come over here and do the same. I'm going to do these ones like this, and then oh, come on, place it. There we go. So then we'll fill this area up with water. Obviously, because it comes through here, but we can then start holding more water in here. Same thing with this. We'll hold water in here as well. Be able to plant massive amounts of trees. Do that, and then we'll have this be pine. And I'll have a couple of you going. And then once this gets built, I would say I'd love to put it in there, but I can't because this is going to be a runoff for when we have bad tide. That worked out so well last time. Yeah, we'll probably lose a little bit of trees, but that might actually be worth it. And then we'll place birch there. There. Maybe put some birch here too. We'll just make this whole little area just massive amounts of trees. And it fits everywhere, so that works. Can't do that just because of, I was thinking maybe we could add water here, but that won't work. Yep. Alright, let's get all of this gone. Oh, no. Oh, crud, that's not what I want. Can't do that. Alright, so we have all these. I have all these soybeans. I need to do something with soybeans. That's not it. Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this look really ugly. That's what we're going to do with this. There we go. We're already bankrupting ourselves on planks anyway, so, you know, what's a few more, right? Doesn't really bother us all that much. We have so many plankages that it shouldn't be a problem. Alright. Oh dear Lord, we do not have any water. Before we create a problem, Let's fix that. Oh, that should do us just fine. Hopefully. Halfway done. Well, more than halfway done, but that'll help out a lot. And then we can then... Where did I see it? It was somewhere over here. Alright, before I forget. I just kind of want to see if you're able to actually build up there. That might be on the edge of the precipice that we can actually reach. So, problems may come up there. No reason keeping either one of you. I'm working on it, I'm working on it. I got beavers all over the place that don't have anything to do. And it's figuring out what I need them to do is the problem. Or actually finding that they're not doing anything to begin with. Alright, let's... I know. Problems. And then you go do something stupid like that. I really don't want to make all of that go all the way around. Let's duplicate that. Alright, now we're able to at least get here. I don't know how they're building this. Unless they're walking out there. How's our metal situation? Oh, our metal situation's pretty bad. But we're almost fully stocked, so there's good news there. Supply 700, we're needing 400. That works. They're on their own supply. How are you doing? I don't even think these are fully stocked yet. Yes, they are. It's just we are using so many planks right now. Oh, this isn't connected yet. We're still missing these two pieces. Alright, there it is. Alright, that's not what I want. 4K, I got it. Oh man, I hate myself for that. But we're able to fast travel now, so there's that. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Is build this up, get this going. And then set up all of this. Alright, so we are going to have all this set up. I'm going to put this on a lower priority, so we're not focusing on that. What's up, Jay? How's it going? How are you doing on this fine night? Alright, so we need a lot of planks, that's what we need. And apparently we need a lot of water. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know if it's active anymore. I have not. I'm waiting for the end of the year to whatever my Twitch, like go over it. I basically put everything back to stock on like my alerts and all that other junk. And I gotta go back in, reconnect oh, it's a nightmare. It's so much work. I don't even know if that was the game or something else. But yeah, I wanna go back in. I wanna redo my Twitch stuff to make the advertisement more pleasurable. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Actually, I think it was probably the game, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, so sometime in January-ish, it might have. I don't know. I really don't know what all I did. I know like I said, I did bring it back down to like the basic Twitch format. So like if you subscribe, it's one of the Twitch stars, and if you follow, same thing. It's, I think, a heart or something like that. So yeah, it's all back down to base format. So yeah, there's things that I need to go back over and redo and refix. So, Jay, Lucky Strike, if you're still there, do you like this setup? How I have computer or the camera off to the side? Does it need to be back how it was the week before? Thoughts? I'm not really sure if I'm sold on this, because one, at least from my point of view, I can't read anything that you guys are saying on like my OBS, but obviously I have other programs opened up that allow me to read your chat. But yeah, what are your thoughts? How are we liking? That was really freaky. How are we liking this setup? Do we like this setup, or do we like last week's setup? Do you care to see the chat on the screen? That's another thing. I'm like, I don't know if I actually need the chat on the screen. So thoughts. Close that off. I know there's probably something else I'm supposed to be doing. We'll close that off. I mean, that makes sense. Dealer's choice. Oh. Probably need to pause a few of these. You would think with all these water pumps we would be able to actually get people or get our full amount. But turns out that doesn't happen all the time. Alright, we blocked that off. That's still good because we got blue water down beneath. And then now that this is a bad tide, I need to open that up. And this will all turn red. And we're starting to build this, so that will be helpful. And then I connected these two this way. Which I don't know if they'll ever really need this, but we'll pretend like they do. Pause both of you, because there's no reason it would make more sense to build this. Alright, I'm gonna turn this down into 1x speed. I will be right back. Let's go ahead and destroy this. And place one of those. Let's actually do this. And then I'll fix the pathway. Will I? Yes. Yes, I will. And then... oh, I'm gonna cough. I don't think I did that right. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, we'll see how that works out, and then... let's get rid of this. Of course. That should work, hopefully. Alright, yeah. That should work out just nicely. Obviously, there's things that we're trying to build with a lot of metal. And then once we can get this finished, like I said, they should be able to build this platform in the tube. Don't ask me how that works, but they should be able to do that effectively, efficiently. That hurt. Since we have to have this here anyway, we're going to do that. What if we went down right here? Alright. Ideas are forming. Whether they're good or bad, that doesn't really matter all that much. We will kind of get to them eventually. Alright, then... no... where did this thing go? Oh, it's probably in this one. Landscaping. There we go. Let's go ahead and just clear cut all of this. Alright, so we're going to get this built. High priority on this because all they have to do is sit there and beat on it, and then we're good to go. And then they'll give these guys a couple of jobs to do. And then we can start collecting. Duplicate this one. And then at least that'll kind of give them a pathway to everything, and then we can start building from there. But as you can tell, the idea is drill a hole down through here. We'll be able to then fill water up through this area. Let me get this going. Close this. Open those. That little bit of water ain't gonna do jack. This can at least feed us for the time being, while this... Actually, what we're probably going to do is open this up to get a little bit of this red junk out of here. Shouldn't take too terribly long to do that. There we go, get that going, and then now we have to go to the bottom of the world. And we're still nowhere close. Dang. Alright, let's get this going. We'll open that back up. A little bit of sludge will come out in this, but shouldn't be too terribly bad. Let's open that up. That's where that needs to be. Higher priority over here. Yeah, most of the platform's built. And the metal's pretty much what's kind of holding us up. Alright, how are we doing? Supply 13. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Oh, that's for dang certain. Oh, I know. High priority those. Pause. Oh, you guys are great to pause. That's awesome. Alright, so... There we go. Now we got to work. We got plenty in range. Start cutting in. Ooh, we're so close. So close. Oh, so close. Alright, we got a lot going on here. We got a lot of buildings. Trying to fast track around the perimeter here. It's just, I need to figure out a way to get into somewhere over here. I feel like. Close. Let's see how this helps us. Because right now, this is basically supporting this area. Get those going. That should do that rather nicely. Yeah, get those going. That way I can then set this to a certain area. That will be fine. And water will pump out eventually over here. Just like that. Oh man. A lot going on here. Alright, so every 3 hours we get one piece of metal. Not necessarily ideal, but better than what we were doing. Let's just go ahead and come down here. What is that? That's probably a 3. Yes, we have enough. And we might as well. Sweet. It's good for business. There we go. We'll build down there because we are running low. And we're going to need all of this junk filled up. Alright, let's clear cut all of this, get this into inventory. We'll put that right there. I mean, who knows? It's either going to be bad water or it's going to be green water. One way or another, it'll be filled up, used up. Oh, I have to come over here. And I need people to start helping cut. Oh, we already have that cut down. Alright, except for these trees. We just didn't have any workers. That makes sense. How far can you go? Alright, let's get this going. And can you guys reach? For the most part you can, minus this one tree. We'll leave that as a monument to someone. How much water do you guys actually have? Not a whole heck of a lot. Where's the food button? Let's get rid of that. And then we'll place this here. This is going to take some getting used to. I mean, I'll do it that way to begin with, and then we can go from there. I need people to get stuff going here. Alright, I need builders. That's what I need. I need builders so I can get my buildings done. That's where I'm at with this. That, and I also need my population to kind of chill. Alright, water's coming out through there. Water's coming through there, then why are these flooded? Alright, let's let that open. Oh, that's it. That's so interesting. Alright, let's have that go down. And then I'll place that there. Let's get high priority on that. Oh, and then that one's also doing it, but this one just flows straight through that. Great. No more jobs over here. Yeah, you probably don't have jobs, but you need something. Let's come back over here. Open or close that back to 19. Alright, we have that one going. That's working. We're about to have extra water or extra dirt because we're about to also start excavating. So might as well put beavers in there. Oh, you need a job to do, fermented soybeans, but it doesn't matter because all this junk isn't connected yet. But we're able to get people moving around here. I just need to figure out how to get people over here, maybe? Up through here. I could go down over here. Yeah. One way or another, we'll get that going. Just to kind of stock it up a little bit. I think that'll do just nicely. Later, Lucky Stripe. Appreciate you tuning in. I will see you on episode 5. It's already made and just waiting for, was it Tuesday? So I'll see you then and appreciate you joining the stream. Sorry, I had a mental brain fart. What are you saying? Or what are you asking? I need to see if you guys can hold. Yes, you're the dirt storage. Oh yeah, YouTube. My Oasis video drops on Tuesday. So that's what Lucky Stripe was saying, is he was like, can't wait until your Oasis video, and it drops on Tuesday, so that isn't working the way I'm wanting it to. So what if I put this one here? Oh, that's a nightmare and a half. I mean, it works better. I'm not gonna lie on that part, but that's something else right there. Oh, the party wasn't bad. I embarrassed the living daylights out of my wife, so she quite enjoyed that. It wasn't necessarily even embarrassing, it was just, I was being myself. And, sometimes you say the wrong thing. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. I thought I was hilarious, by the way. But yeah. I had a great time. I got some Star Wars, what are they, coffee mugs. So I gotta add those to my collection. Pretty excited about those. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed myself. My wife might say I enjoyed myself a little too much, but there wasn't alcohol, so it was all within reason. Alright, so we just need to get this one going. And then we can fast travel over here. I'm still trying to brainstorm how I want to fast travel over here. And once we figure that out, then we'll be golden. How do I want to do this? And figure out a way to get up on top of the roof. Just like that. I mean, I can't even fault you for that. Yeah, we were talking about so on YouTube this week, I know you probably saw, or you didn't, either way. I hit my 100 subscriber thing, so we were talking about how that went down, and we were talking about that, and we were talking about like video games, like Pokemon, for instance. Like, they do remakes, but like the remakes don't hit quite the same way as like I guess you would want them to. So that was kind of what we were talking about, and how they change things for the better, for the worse, and that computer games, or because he was talking about him and his wife were gonna have like a gaming corner. And I was like, that's nice. That'd be real, you know, that'd be super fun. That doesn't matter. Let's just make that open. And so we're talking about computers and the fact that like getting like a PlayStation or like a PS5 or a PlayStation, Xbox, something like that is, I feel like the price has only gone up, and you're not, I don't know if you're getting your money's worth, if that makes sense. So that was kind of what we were talking about outside. That's not what I wanted to click on. Alright, and then everything went kerplunk again. Blow all that up. Storage, let's get a couple of these going. Right now we need so much metal, it's not even funny. Alright, now I gotta go down here, cut all this junk off. Close. I'm gonna leave that open so that flows out better. Close that off. And we can close that off. Haven't built those yet. Actually duplicate that one. Oh man. Build, 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 build. And metal is our problem. We don't even have anything that we're drawing off of. Oh my gosh, come on. Open. Yeah, I need to figure some stuff out. Would be the smart thing to do. Hold on, just go with me real quick. So I need to build one of these. Hmm. 700, holy beep. Never mind. Oh, you dummy. Oh, where's the undo button when you really need it? Alright, yeah, I don't need all of this junk. Oh man. And then I'll think I'll make some sort of bridge or something. There's no point in it anymore. All those are logs. Awesome. That was what I needed. Stupid moron. Dumb, 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 dumb. Open that up. Open this up. Big moron there. Alright, well, we'll be able to pass through this, no problem. It's not necessarily what I wanted, but we'll make do with what we got. It's only 0.8 days. Pause, both of you. Dig far enough down into there, we'll open it up. We'll be able to supply water to the rest of the map. That was a boneheaded move by me. You gotta love the mistakes you make. At least we got the bottom part pretty much well covered. Open that up. Close this up. That's automatically going. This is automatically flowing. Should be all aces now. Let's go ahead and get those set up. Alright, you're able to reach. Alright. No problems there. Come on, I want to go all the way to the bottom of the ground. Alright, open. Alright, there we go. And then this should stop flowing here pretty shortly, so then we will rebuild all the water that we get back. That's flowing in there. Great, fantastic, wonderful news. And yeah, I think that will get it. let's start pumping water. Crazy how many water pumps we got, and we're still only barely scratching the surface. But yeah, we're going to continue making this all that it can be. Obviously, we're getting the gears. We still need a buttload of metal. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. How's the metal coming? And no bueno. I wasn't trying to click on you from all that way away. But we'll get rid of you because there's no point in having you. And we'll play both of you. Alright, good deal. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it here. I do appreciate everybody that took their time to watch the game, Twitch, YouTube, all of it. It makes what I do that much more enjoyable. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. I appreciate all the people that went to YouTube to subscribe. Means the world to me. Keep it going. If you want to keep up with everything Mab, just remember that that I have Instagram and Facebook and all that fun jazz. So just remember about that, and then think about following me on there, and I will catch you guys later.
I don't wanna be a backup plan, a boring page in the book of man. I got one life, I got one shot, I'll take my chance. Chips on the table, let's go risk it all. I'm not afraid of the road so far. You got one life, you got one shot, so take the chance.